A letter from Michael Oswald. Dear Mr. Hales, Queen Elizabeth the Queen Mother has asked me to write and say how very sad Her Majesty is over one man's tragic death, and to convey much sympathy to you, your family, Gordon Richards, Brian Harding, Tony Dobbin, Audrey Walker, and all those who have been involved in the remarkable racing career of the great horse. Her Majesty knows only too well the sadness that comes with the loss of her favourite horse, and the gap it leaves in the lives of all those who have been caring for him. No other horse has won the Hennessy, the King George VI Chase, and the Queen Mother Champion Chase, and it must be doubtful if this feat will ever be equalled. One man was a champion and did so much for racing. He was a delight to all those who were lucky enough to see him in action, and will leave many happy memories.
With great respect. It was a really sad loss to British racing and the weighing room with the tragic accident at Aintree. He was a horse that the public loved, white, grey, flashy, great jumper, loads of ability. Everybody was very keen on him when he ran, and he always got a big cheer in the weighing room when he won. He was the apple of Gordon Richards' eye. Gordon did a great job training him. Would have probably been one of the all-time greats if he'd have got the trip in the Gold Cup. I rode a very good horse called Wayward Lad who won 3 King Georges, never got the trip in the Gold Cup. He was a speed horse, very, very good horse, and to win a Queen Mother Champion Chase like he did over 2 miles, as well as winning the Hennessy of a 3-2, albeit with a lightweight, 2 King Georges, I mean, he was just a superstar.
I think the great racehorses have got something special about them. They've got magic, and One Man was typical of that. When you saw him out at the racetrack, he always walked very tall and very proud, and he very much reminded me, although he was a different colour, of Arkle. Arkle was a proud horse, and One Man had an aura around him that you could sense, and he was somebody that was not only loved by the people that were close to him, he was loved by everyone in racing, and it was a tragedy when we lost him.
Riding the emotional Big Dipper with one man has always been the figure of owner John Hales, a big, gentle character who made his millions in the toy business. Hales and his wife Pat live near the head office of his company, Golden Bear, in Shropshire. Daughter Lisa, an accomplished horsewoman, is on hand at the Hales stud down the road. With Hales, who wears his heart on his capacious sleeve, what you see is very much what you get.
I personally always loved horses. I don't ride them, I can't ride them, I'd be frightened to death of riding a horse. But I've always loved them. And it's been a sport and a bit of fun for my wife and my daughter for many, many years. The racing I got into more by accident than anything else, through meeting Gordon Richards, knowing John Morton, and it was going to see Twin Oaks at Haydock Park all those years ago that sort of got my enthusiasm going to go into racing.
Far to the north, in the lee of the Cumbrian fells, Nicky Richards, son of one man's trainer Gordon, recalls that the grey was always regarded as a diamond in the rough, potentially something special.
Well, I can remember when the late Arthur Stevenson was training, and he always mentioned to father that One Man would be a very exciting horse when he went over fences. And unfortunately, when the great man passed away and it was announced that they were going for auction, father was quite determined that he was going to buy him, you know.
One Man began his education aged 4 in an Irish point-to-point, and it was a promising first run, despite the fact that his jockey had clearly forgotten his map of the course.
Hazy Storm as they run down to the last from Green Marble on the near side with One Man in third. That's Hazy Storm from Green Marble and One Man. They've gone away from Kenmac as they race towards the line. That's Hazy Storm being tacked by Green Marble on the near side, but Hazy Storm holding the advantage to the line. Hazy Storm from Green Marble.
I saw One Man as a 4-year-old at Tom Costello's, having been disqualified in his first point-to-point. I think he was 4. Been disqualified in his first point-to-point, going the wrong side of the winning post. I was asked a lot of money then and didn't buy him. The next time I noticed him when he beat a horse of mine at Nottingham called Master Jolson, who was only an ordinary horse. And when he came to Arthur Stevenson's dispersal sale, there was a lot of hype about him, and I didn't think at that time that it was worth my while going up to try to buy him because he'd made too much money.
In his first season over hurdles for the fabled WA, the barrelly young grey's opening victory came at Newcastle under stable jockey Chris Grant, one of the toughest men in the game.
He was always a big round sort of horse, you know, and down the start the lads were taking the mickey out of me because, you know, he looked big, like, yeah, but he did always carry a bit of condition. And they were taking the mickey out of me saying it was in fall and that. But they weren't taking the mickey out of me by the time we finished. You know, he went and won well, and they couldn't believe it. Like, everything he did over hurdles was a bonus because he was always going to be a chaser. He did things easy, you know. He carried it easy in a race, and he always looked as if he was going to make a decent horse anyway.
Past Just Steve, but in the final furlong and up towards the line, it's one man and Chris Grant, 8 to 10 lengths clear from Highland Man. Then comes the strong finishing in deep water, but close home. One man's going to take this very easily.
With the death of Arthur Stevenson, an equine empire had to come under the hammer.
111, 3 ones, lot number 111. A grey horse, I've always loved greys. I looked at him, he's 5 years of age. He'd won 3 hurdle races, which I assumed meant he was fairly quick, because I knew nothing about it at the time. And I rang Gordon up, I said, what about lot 111, Gordon? And he said, oh, one man, she's got big feet. He's got big feet, John. I said, oh. I said, but is he any good? Could be, John. So I said, okay, well, we've marked the page in the catalogue and we'll have a good look at him when we come up to the sale. My wife insisted that my daughter went with me, otherwise I'd end up doing something totally stupid. And she was going to look after me and make sure I didn't spend too much money. And we looked at, kept looking at the catalogue, lot number 111. And when we arrived there, sure enough, One Man Stable was the first one that we came to, and he's the first horse that we went in to see. And during the day, I must admit though, but looking at his stable, he was a sunken stable, and he looked very small in there, and he didn't look particularly outstanding. And another horse during the day actually caught our eye, and we put this other horse as our number 1 choice and One Man number 2. But we went right up and up in the bidding, and we were eventually underbid, and I pulled out. And then One Man came into the ring, and I think we were always meant to have him. We kept on bidding and bidding. And I said to Gordon, well, that's my last 500, that's it. If they come back with a counter bid, we pull out. The hammer went down, we got him. And I remember somebody's fist reaching for the sky, and it was Neale Doughty shouting whoopee, you know. So I thought, well, at least we've pleased somebody. But I was in a total state of shock, because on that particular day, at that particular time, it was probably the most stupid thing I've ever done in my life. I just couldn't justify spending that sort of money.
Oh yeah, I was delighted. I went and I punched the air, and I said, don't worry, he'll win his first 5 chases for you. There'll be no problem, you know. And he might even go on and win a Gold Cup or whatever, but we were well pleased, you know.
We got him off the lorry and we put all the lights on the stables, and the wife looked at him, she says, my God, Francie, you've bought this horse with feet like this. How could you put and turned on Lisa, said to Lisa, what the hell have you done letting your father buy a horse like this? What the hell have you done? Look at him, look at those splints on his front legs. And you tell him his eyesight's impaired. What have you done? You're an absolute fool for letting your father do something like this. Anyway, 4 races later, my wife was heard to turn around to one of my friends and say, I think we've bought a good one here, which I thought was rather an amusing end to that little story.
68,000 guineas is a lot of teddy bears, and to make Hales sleep easier in his bed, the still quite dark grey would have to really excel over fences, the sphere that had always been perceived as his destiny. That first chase came at Ayr.
I remember Gordon saying, well, John, if all being well, it should be fairly straightforward for him. There shouldn't be anything in this race to cause us a real problem. I expect him to win it in style. And everything did go all right until Doubts came round on him round the last bend, and the horse made a dreadful error, about 3 out, and I don't know how Doubts got him over the fence, but he could have got off to a terrible start.
Right back onto the bridle as Ben and March is pushed along, but still has 3 fences to negotiate. One man, ears pricked, comes down to the third last, and a little bit close, but arches his back well. Ben and March is struggling now in second place. They remain a long way clear from the other 3, rushing in third place, Rushing Burn as they come towards the second last. One man better there, that was the last ditch, is 12 clear from Ben and March. Then comes Rushing Burn back in third, but down towards the last, and one man faced with 1 fence between him and a successful chasing debut comes in to take it now. The grey shortens up, gets over it safely, just 1 heart-stopping moment, 4 from home, but a nice fencing debut by one man is going to win this by 15 lengths.
In hindsight, the ease with which he shrugged off that bad mistake 4 out was the hallmark of class, and 3 more wins rapidly followed.
As they head down towards the second last, and Neale Doughty has looked round on the Monsieur Le Curé, trying to challenge again as they come towards the final fence. One man overtakes him, Monsieur Le Curé is Deep Decision who gets third place, and Edam Sunset, who was last throughout, finishes in fourth place.
I was so nervous of the fact that I got something costing that much money 250 miles away from my home. I think Gordon probably thought I was a rather very nervous new owner that he'd got, and I was probably found myself ringing him up every night to make sure the horse was okay, you know. But Gordon, it was a strange thing. Gordon had a very close affinity to that horse from the very start. It became his favourite horse. He was his hack. Not because he necessarily preferred it to any other horse on the yard, but Gordon had had back problems over the years, and he found him a particularly comfortable ride. And obviously the horse was always well behaved.
I think when we first started schooling him over fences, Neale started schooling him, and he was making a great shape just about from day one. And I think Neale and Father were pretty hopeful that we had a very nice horse on our hands. But I suppose the first time that we really knew we had a very good horse would be at Ascot when he won the Reynoldstown.
Gordon always kept his feet on the ground. He never said, look, you've got some fantastic horse. He never said anything like that to us. He said, I think, John, his next race should be the Reynoldstown. He's ready for it. I think we'll go south to Ascot. We'll take on the southern horses. And of course, this was stepping into the big time for me. I mean, I thought, oh, we're racing at Ascot, you know, and his 5th race and all these southern horses. I thought we might be out of our depth, you know.
And they're down the back straight once again on the run to Swindy Bottom, and Mailcom by a length. To one man up on the outside from back in third place, Mudahim. Spikey took it in fourth, about a total of 5 lengths off the leader. Racing with Spikey is Lusty Light, a gap of 6 or 7 behind those. To Knave of Clubs as they take the next, and one man is the new leader. The back markers, Earth Summit and Granville Guest, have just got over it now, but as they head down towards the open ditch on the run to Swindy Bottom, it is one man who's taken the lead by a length or so to Mudahim in second place. A length further back to Malcolm up on the outside of them, will take it in third as the leaders take it now. Spikey took it in fourth place, Lusty Light in fifth. These are well clear, the others are tailed off. They're Knave of Clubs, Earth Summit and Granville Guest as they head to the water for the final time. And it's one man and Neale Doughty coming into it, jump it well. Mudahim over second, on the outside Malcolm is third. In up as they come to 3 out, and one man comes to it now. He's over it safely. In behind him, he's got him making mistakes. Mudahim is pushed along now by Warren Marston in second. Malcolm is back in third. Spikey is plugging on well for Norman Williamson in fourth place. But as they turn in, it is Neale Doughty who's looking confident on one man. 2 more to jump for a 5-timer for this horse over fences. Back in second place is Mudahim, who's trying hard to get on grips with him as they come to the second last. One man up and over it safely. Mudahim crashed through that, a crashing fall. There is left Malcolm in second place, Spikey in third. As they head down towards the last, it is one man a long way clear now from Malcolm second, Spikey in third, Lusty Light is in fourth. As it's one man coming towards the final fence now. Malcolm driven through in second place, but at the last, one man up and over safely. Malcolm has got to win 5 or 6 lengths and is trying hard on the run-in. Spikey is back in third place, but it's a good win for one man in the Reynoldstown Novices chase as he heads towards the line. He's won it well. Malcolm back in second place, Spikey is in third. There will be only 4 finishers. Lusty Light is the last one to get rounds.
The Ascot win established one man as arguably the best novice chaser in Britain, but he'd have to prove that at the place where the competition changes from red to white hot, the Cheltenham Festival. One man was sent off 3-1 favourite to beat 17 others in the Sun Alliance chase, effectively the Novices Gold Cup, and always one of the meeting's toughest races.
Honest Word lands in the lead from Crystal Spirit. And one man, the grey, towards the near side. And one man as they come to jump the water for the second and last time, and one man and Monsieur Le Curé land just ahead of Crystal Spirit. There's quite a gap then to Martyr Mick and a further gap to Ruyan, with behind them Arthur's Minstrel and Keeknoy over the third ditch, and a mistake by one man there. A bad mistake by the grey. Monsieur Le Curé has the advantage now from one man and Crystal Spirit as they come down to the next. 5 from home that was. Indians over the second last now, and Monsieur Le Curé with a 2-length advantage over Crystal Spirit. One man is third and 4 is Martyr Mick as they turn for home now in the Sun Alliance chase.
He did twist his back, and the performance that day, we put it down to that particular injury. Probably with the benefit of hindsight now, we probably shouldn't have done, but we did. And he did put his back out though, and we had the back man in, put his back right, and just put him out into the field for the rest of the summer.
One man's back injury explains much about his first chasing defeat, but the Greys' exhausted scramble after the last was an uncanny harbinger of miseries yet to come up that Cheltenham hill. With Neale Doughty winding down, Tony Dobbin was the new kid on the block at Greystoke.
Yeah, actually the first day I rode him there, it was only a 3-runner race. Actually Neale rode in the race for Tinkers, I think it was. And I mean, in a race like that, he didn't have to be at his best, and he still gave me a fantastic feeling, you know. And it was very exciting at that time.
Style. He's a long way clear from Mr. Boston. Then comes Rodeo Star, but on the flat and going towards the line. One man, but eased right down. And Mr. Boston's closing, but one man's going to win this very, very cheekily indeed. One man goes on to...
The next season, after his air confidence booster, one man journeyed south for Newbury's Hennessy Gold Cup. One man was carrying bottom weight of 10 stone, and though lacking the experience of his seasoned rivals, started a well-backed second favourite.
They come to the first of the 21 fences. Sipton Abbey going up to join him. Tipping Tim on the inside, then country member.
I walked the course in the morning of the race with the boss, and I mean he's told me to just keep him, give him a little bit of light, maybe sit 4th or 5th on him. But he was pretty strong, the horse, you know, he could take an old grip like.
Inside is Tipping Tim, then Cogent on the outer, and then comes the grey one man. Behind one man is Deep Bramble, King's Cured, and behind King's Cured is Commercial Artist with Lord Relic. Coming to the third, Capability Brown is the back marker at the moment, with Dubacilla another back marker, and Captain Dibble landed over there with Country Member who put in a terrific. Still very close in contention, and Tony Dobbin hasn't moved on him yet. They come to the cross fence, 5 out. Cogent landed in the lead there from one man who moved into second, Commercial Artist third. They're racing now towards the home turn with 4 fences left to jump in the Hennessy, and it's Cogent the leader. From one man, the grey, still going well. Lord Relic coming there on the outside. Commercial Artist moves into second over on the far side. Just in behind them come Tipping Tim, and then Lord Relic. Dubacilla's making ground in behind the lead. But as they come down now towards the 4th last, It's Cogent and One Man who land together in unison with Commercial Artist close over on the far side. Lord Relic travelling smoothly in fourth. They're coming down to the final ditch now in the 94 Hennessy, and Cogent lands in the lead from One Man and Cogent together there. There's very little between them. It's One Man on the near side, Cogent on the far side, Commercial Artist just in behind them, Lord Relic, and One Man landed in the lead there for the North for Gordon Richards. It's One Man the leader from Lord Relic in second, then Cogent and Commercial Artist. One fence between One Man and victory, hasn't been asked a question yet. One Man jumps it clear of Lord Relic in second and Commercial Artist third and Cogent four. They're racing into the closing stages, and it's One Man being chased all the time by Lord Relic, but it's One Man who's going to hold him and win it. One Man wins the 1994 Hennessy Cognac Gold Cup, and he wins it in a canter with his ears pricked, and Lord Relic is second and third, Commercial Artist. 4 came Cogent and 5 Chatham and 6 country member, 7 Ubasilla.
And the full official result of the 1994 Hennessy Cognac Gold